Hello and welcome. You are looking at an empty canvas that is to be filled with generative art. We are going to start with a simple line. Is that art? Probably not. Now, let's say we did not only have a vertical line, but also a horizontal line as another option. And a computer was making this choice of whether to draw the vertical or the horizontal line. Right now, there's only two options what this work of art can look like, either like this or like this. Now let's say the computer was asked to split up this canvas into 4 quadrants, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and then make that decision for each of the quadrants. Here's what that could look like. We have just tiled this screen, and let's do that once more. So instead of having only 4 quadrants, let's have 16, and let's do that again and again and again. And for all of a sudden, this is turning into something that's pretty cool to look at. But it doesn't have to be a straight line. It could also be a diagonal line, going from the bottom left to the top right, or from the top left to the bottom right. And let's reintroduce that idea of tiling. Let's tile this screen. Here we go. This is after one level of recursion. Here is 2 levels, and we could keep on doing this again and again and again, and we would get this beautiful picture here of something I think that is pretty cool to look at. And let's code this in Python using the turtle module. Okay, I am now in my Python editor, and here I have created a little 7-line script. At the top it says from turtle import everything. Then we are importing the random module because we are going to be making random decisions. And then we have a little function called setup that is within the realm of the turtle module. And here we have chosen to create a screen, a canvas of size 1000 and 1000 pixels. And here it says exit on click. Now I can run this, and when I click onto this canvas here, which has just popped up, I can exit out of this again. Okay, now how do we draw onto this canvas? Well, using the Python turtle, this is surprisingly simple. Now, we can just say go to a specific location, and we have to now give it another x and y coordinates, just like with this setup function up here. And here, I'm now just going to say 100 and 100. And let's run this, and you can see that there is this little pointer thing here, which is the turtle, and it has moved from here, this is apparently the origin, to over here. So this is 100, 100. Now let's quickly verify this and make this 200. And now we can see that the ascent is slightly steeper because we have increased by more in the top direction than we have gone to the right. Okay, so this is how we can move this thing around. Now, let's say we wanted to go to a specific location, for example, up here, and only start from drawing up there because we don't want to go there, have a line drawn, and then redraw it when we come back down. How do we do that? Well, in the turtle, this is pretty simple. We can just say pen up. So right now, this little robot that we are moving around is not drawing anything because we have lifted the pen up. If I run this, there's nothing to see, except that you can see how the turtle moved. This is this little robot that we call the turtle has moved from up here to over there, but without drawing anything. So let's move that little robot to the top of the screen. So we are not moving in the x dimension, that's 0. And here, since it's 1000 wide and we're starting in the center, we have to move 500 up. And if we do that, the turtle is right up here. The robot is right up there. And now we can start drawing from there. So let's put that pen back down, pen down. And now let's go back to the origin. So 0, 0, which is the center of the canvas. And now you saw it moved up, it put its pen down and started drawing a line down there. Okay, let's not go to all the way up, but let's just make this, say 400. And then we don't go down 400, but a full 800. And let's see what that looks like. And that didn't work because we have to, yeah, this is where we are going, not by how much we are going. This is important. So we are going now back to 0, 0, but we are going further into negative territory then, minus 400. And now we should see the line, which is that starting place for our tiling exercise. And yeah, let's try if we can make the other one. So this is a vertical line. So this was a vertical line. So let's go for the horizontal line. So let's say pen up, pen up. Now we go to the left. Now the left of the screen, it's really just, well, minus 400. minus 400 and 0. And then we put the pen back down. Now we are going 400 to the right. Well, not by 400, but all the way to 400. And this is the 0. We run this. There is the vertical line. Now here's the horizontal one. This is working. So let's make this a random thing of whether we are drawing a vertical line or a horizontal line. So let's just say if random.random, so this will draw a random number from 0 to 1, is less than 0.5, which will be 50% of the time, then we are drawing this vertical line. Otherwise, we are drawing the horizontal line. Let's do this. Now it's drawing a horizontal line. Let's rerun this. Now it's a vertical line. Run this again. Another vertical line. Once more. Again, vertical. And now, come on. At some point, it's got to give me a horizontal line, which it does now. Great. So the next step is to do this recursion thing where we are splitting up our canvas into ever smaller portions and only drawing if we have reached that sort of final level. So we are now going to put all of this code into a little function, which I'll simply call tiling. Now this function, it's going to need an x and a y location. That is where we are on the screen, because if we have tiled already and then reapplying that function on that smaller portion of the window of the canvas, we have to keep track of where that is. So x and y are important here. Then we have to have the size of how large that section of the screen is. And lastly, we'll have a level, that is how deep into the recursion we've already gotten. So x and y are the location, s will be the size of how small the portion of the screen is, and L will be, well, the level of recursion that we are currently working on. And now we'll say if L is equal to 0, because if that is the case, we start drawing. So we have reached the final level of recursion, and we now draw. So if L is equal to 0, then we will do all of this. I'm going to indent this once more. Just going to remove some empty lines here to keep our code nice and compact. So let's move this up here, and then move this down here. Okay, so if the level of recursion is 0, then we have this random position between a vertical line and a horizontal line. Now, if the level of recursion is not 0, so now we are over here, that is, well, in that case, we'll split the screen, and go to next level of recursion. So how do we do this? Well, we have to reduce the size that we are working with. So we are splitting everything in half. The width is reduced to half, and so is the height, and this then makes for 4 equally sized quadrants that we are splitting our screen into. So here we'll just say s is divided by 2, and the level is, well, reduced by 1. And now we are tiling a total of 4 times. So actually I can just copy this from up here and put this down once, top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. And the only thing we now have to change is the x and the y. Now, the top left, here we have to subtract s, and for the top right, we have to add in s. And since we're in the top part of the screen, it's y plus s and y plus s once more. And now we are just repeating this, minus s and plus s, with y minus s and y minus s once more. And now we should have ourselves a little function that should be able to take care of that tiling. So let's run this. We didn't get an error, so there's probably no syntax error here. But let's see if we can actually make use of our function. So I'm going to initialize this to 0 here. So we are starting at 0, 0. And then comes the tiling. Now we have to specify the size. And I just said that we want this 400, 400 thing. So the size will be 400. And let's say we have only one level. Now, you might see that we still have these hard-coded things in here, so we got to change this to x and y. So I'm going to make this x and y. But there's still a problem with this because, well, I'm going to think about this. So we are moving to the x minus s location. Yeah, this is important. So if vertical line, we have to go up. So where we are, and that is x minus s. No, actually, no. This is going to be y minus s. Yeah, y minus s. And here it's now y plus s. And then horizontal line will be x minus s and x plus s. And here it's just y and y. And let's see if that works. I'm going to run this. And yep, it is working. We have now drawn a pretty simple piece of art. And if we refresh this, it's now drawing a different piece of art. Okay, now this looks interesting, sort of like a sad smiley face. But anyway, now it's kind of painful to watch the turtle do all the drawing. So here we'll just say speed, and we can set this. Actually, there's another little function within turtle, which is just the tracer. And if we set that to false, it will automatically give us the final image. But at the very end, we have to put the tracer back in because you might have noticed that there was one part that was missing. And yeah, tracer true now fixes that. And then we'll also say hide turtle because we don't want to see this little turtle triangle. We just want to see the art. And now let's make this some interesting art. So next level of recursion, there we go. So this is 2. Now comes the third level. There we go. So let's go for 4. This is 4. Now comes 5. And I think this is where it's getting really, really interesting. And I think this is pretty cool. We might now play around with some colors or like the width of the lines. I think this will be the more important one actually. So let's increase the width of the lines. Let's make this 2. And I think we can go one more. So yeah, this is looking good. So now the lines are just a little bit thicker. And I think we have successfully implemented our first piece of art using the Python turtle. Now let's go for horizontal lines. How do we do that? Now, what we'll do here is we'll say that our tiling function comes in 2 versions or 2 modes. There's a horizontal mode, or let's just call it a straight mode, and a diagonal mode. I'm just going to throw in some spaces here. And now down here, we got to make sure that we pass the mode onto the next level of recursion. Mode, mode, and mode. And all of our code that we have written so far, this only applies to the straight mode. So if mode is equal to straight, then we are doing all of this. And now we got to introduce an else statement, which comes right here. Or let's actually make this an else if statement. Else if mode is equal to diagonal. Well, if that is the case, then let's copy this, but we got to modify it. This is important. And usually when I copy stuff, I always miss out on things, so I'll have to be super careful here. So instead of a vertical line, we can have now top left to bottom right. And instead of a horizontal line, we can have bottom left to top right. Okay, now top left, that is x minus s and y plus s. And bottom right, this is x plus s and y minus s. And now with the bottom left, here we are starting with minus minus, and top right is plus plus. And that should be it. So let's go down here and set this mode to diagonal. Let's start with 0 levels of recursion. We just get 1 diagonal line. Let's increase this to 1. And for all of a sudden, it's starting to get interesting, right? So let's jump right to 3. Boom, there we go. Some interesting tiling pattern has emerged. So let's go to 5. And boom, there we go. So yeah, this is exactly what we saw before. Now we can play around with the colors and everything. I'm going to do that in the next part of the series. For now, we're really happy that we have created our first piece of generative art using the Python turtle. See you in the next video.